All right, this is a quick look at how to do your best practices for your poster design. Now, Springfield, as you can get in your PowerPoint, you can get this lovely layout. And it's a really good layout. Notice if you look at it, you can see there's white space around all the words. There's the yellow background, and the Springfield College logo is able to be seen because it's a transparent PNG, and it's sitting on there. And it gives you a lot of sizes and looks. But there are ways to make this better and look better for what you're doing. First of all, one of the things they suggest is Helvetica. Now, Helvetica is a New Roman. Now, New Roman as a font is a serif font. That means it has wee little feet on it. What the wee little feet will give you is it will give you an ability to have a serious tone to your process. But it tends to make things more bookish and a better, sort of more of a book look. It's easier to read, but you will make it look more stodgy. Sans serif, Helvetica, was designed as a readable modern look and has no feet. As you can see, little no feet, no feet. So what you want is this will allow for a body, for a nice look. It will allow for it to be visual. Whatever you do, don't use more than 2 fonts per poster and a maximum of 3, not including the Springfield College logo. Color. A few thoughts on color. Now, color pops things, but you need to really think about what color does. So the first one let's look at is yellow, and it's optimistic, youthful, and it may not work for what you're working on. Red, energy, blue, sensation of trust and security, green, wealth, orange, aggressive, pink, romantic and feminine, black, powerful and sleek, and purple, used to soothe and calm, and I also think of it as the color of change. But where you really need to think about your color is how it responds to the text on top of it. So black, if you have black background, you use white. If you have white background, you use black. Basically, what you're always thinking about is you put light text on dark and dark text on light. Maroon is a dark color. If you look here where I have a little section there, and it is not readable with a black text, use a white text. And you can see I actually listed what is readable, what is not readable. You can see that blue in the middle where it is not readable. So you really want to think and get someone to look at it and tell you whether it's readable or not. Space in your text. The eye loves white space. It gives the eye breathing room. What this means, on the left-hand side, you can see this is like a block of text. Nobody's going to read it because it's too tight. On the right, you'll see there's spaces between, much better for the eye. And on the right, you can see I have the don't crowd the page and the pug. So that gives you some space in your eye to room. Make sure that if you use boxes that you put white space around the edge of any of your text. All right, justification. When you're doing justification, beware of, for the justify left, beware of widows and orphans. Widows and orphans are where basically you have one word hanging at the end. When I show the examples at the end, you'll see what I'm talking about. But you need to make sure that you're using it, you don't get that sort of one word hanging. In the center, do not use center justification except for titles. Why? It looks like a bad poem. There's nothing good to be said about it. And forced justification tends to have spacing issues, and I tend never to use it. About pictures. Background pictures look bad. They just do. You will never have a resolution that will make them clean. And when using a picture, never go between 2,000 and 2,000 pixels. A 600 by 800 image will not work. Printing is different than visuals on a screen. When you have a visual on a screen, it only is 72 dots per inch. When you're printing, it's 300. So you really have to be aware that what looks good on the screen will not necessarily look good on print. And about pictures, never crowd your text box or pictures. Notice that box has white around it. Okay, Springfield College logo. What they're giving you is a transparent PNG. What does that mean? It means that it goes right to that little edge. Look at the one on the right-hand side. You can see it goes right to the edge. Do not put the Springfield College logo on a maroon background. Or make the Springfield College logo white and put it there. Don't put it on something funky like the green there. On the top, no, don't do that. On the bottom, look at and give it some space and some air to breathe. Okay, back we look at this again. So let's look at it one more time. You'll see the Springfield College logo is a transparent PNG. So on the left-hand side, it looks good. On the right-hand side, it looks good. And all the spacing looks good here. And here's the stuff you can actually find on PriNet to double check on this. I will also leave the PowerPoint for anyone who wants to look at it. So let's look at some examples. Now this one is a nice looking example. It's got a sans serif headings. It's got spacing around it. The only thing I wouldn't have done in the picture where it says geyser maneuver on uneven bars, I might have pulled that down a little bit so it's not smacking against the edge. And on the inner lobe shows dislodged canalis, I probably would have made that image a little smaller and again given it the same amount of breathing room as I had around the text. This one, you can see this is a good example of what not to do. Black on maroon. You don't want to do this. And you can see the pictures have no white around them, could have been done nicely. It's really, really hard to read. Just some real problems there. This one much better knows how the three pictures work. Only thing I would have been a little bit more aware of is instead of the text, which is 19-year-old male, football player, blah, 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 I would have done that in a white, and I would have given it a little edge room around the edge of the boxes. See how it's going right to the edge of the boxes? That doesn't look that good. And look, the Springfield College logo needs some space around it. Also, remember what I was talking about, widows and orphans? Where he says Roger K., Springfield College Athletic Training Program, I would have pulled the Massachusetts up on the same line. This one is really nice, got a lot of good spacing, no boxes around the text, looks really good, but that picture in the background, can you see the problem? Really hard to read the image over the top. This one, again, should have not put the picture in the background. Otherwise, it would have worked pretty well. Little more spacing around the words in the boxes. This one decided to get a little fun, and you can see the problems. Hard to read on the top, and everything is hard to read over the picture. Never put a picture in the background. That's it. Good luck on your posters, and I will see you at Scholarship in Action.